5 types of dividend millionaire in Malaysia, rated from the best to the worst, in which the worst will refuse to accept. Why? When people are in the worst position, they don't know that they are the worst because they live in a bubble. Number 1, the passive stocks dividend millionaire. Now, you don't need to lift a finger and your dividend income will attract zero tax. Unlike in US where capital gain is taxed lower when you hold your investment to more than 1 year, in Malaysia it doesn't matter because stocks capital gain is taxable at 0% unless you do this one thing, which I want you to check out in the upper right hand corner over here or below if you're on mobile to understand more after this video ends. Same with dividend from retirement fund like EPF or government pension fund that you receive after mandatory retirement age. They're also not taxable.
Damn, what is that, bro?
By the way, don't miss to watch this video later on the best way to get dividend forever. It's on the upper right hand corner or below if you're on mobile. And this another related video on how to construct an investment portfolio giving you a monthly dividend below or in the upper right hand corner. The second type of dividend millionaire is the 7-figure sales millionaire. You might be making millions in sales, but don't forget, you have your cost of goods sold, you have your marketing and ad spend, plus other overhead expenses like hiring a staff and your rental. So even though you book $1 million in revenue in your business, you still need to pay company taxes and then you can only declare the dividends to yourself. Let's say you are the shareholder. So your net income are probably a lot less than the millions of sales or revenue coming into your bank account. The third type of dividend millionaire, they are making millions in salary working in a job. Then you use that savings from your job to buy or invest in dividend stocks. First of all, you are taxed at the highest tax rate available and the government has always been upping the tax rate over the years. As a millionaire salaryman, you are taxed at the source, so the money will be paid to the taxman first on your behalf by your company before you can even see or smell the money coming into your bank account. If you were to compare a millionaire salaryman versus a 7-figure sales millionaire doing their own business, now you can still see millions coming into your bank account if you're a sales millionaire. Then you could actually legitimately avoid tax by doing smart tax planning with your accountants to avoid paying excessive tax by maximizing on your tax deductible expenses. Now that will reduce your final taxable amount and you will end up with more dividend money in your own pocket. But you cannot do that as a millionaire employee. Example, if you earn 2 million, more than 25% or $500,000 ringgit of it are gone to the taxman before you can even see it. If this lesson so far has given you an aha moment, how about giving this video a like? Thank you so much. Arigato. Also, ever heard of what is called as the golden handcuffs? What is worse than having a golden handcuffs? The fourth type of dividend millionaire, and that's the second worst type of all millionaires, and that is called the real estate property millionaire with zero or low rental income with an investment property portfolio that can't be sold. Millions of property net worth is useless until you have buyers agree to buy from you your property at the price that you want to sell. Your millions of net worth is only on paper because millions of net worth is nothing without cash flow, because the cash flow is the thing that it can be used to cover your living expenses and lifestyle. Nobody is dependent on assets. You need cash flow. Astaga. Even though your property is valued at say 10 million, it does not mean anything. It does not mean jack shit because you ain't seeing 10 million in your bank account tomorrow if you need to use the money. Also, an investment property that generates zero income because you cannot find a tenant is essentially a white elephant. Now, there's a mistake a lot of business people make is that they buy an excessive amount of real estate property using the money they earn from their business in the hope of selling this property fast to fund their business during dire times like during the pandemic. Ayoyo. Or when 3 million property can only earn you 60,000, that's only like a 2% return per year, like a Malaysian fixed deposit. But with a fixed deposit, at least you have the liquidity. Real estate property, unless you're able to sell it, it does not have that liquidity. With a 3 million liquid FD in hand, actually you can easily shift that into like fixed income funds or REITs that easily give you double or triple the fixed deposit rate in Malaysia today, say like 4 to 6% per year. Now don't take my words bulat-bulat. Look at this comment by one of our subscribers. This is the actual reality. It's not any sugar-coated stories that properties guru want to sell you. Wonder which video she actually left this comment and what I say in that video that made her leave this comment? Now, I link you to that video directly in the upper right hand corner or below this description. You go and check it out. The fifth and the worst millionaire of all is the millionaire property owner. Now, the fact that you are able to qualify for a 7-figure home loan or even buy a $1 million home in cash means that it's likely that you are already earning like at least $500,000 or above in a year. But you have just wasted on that earning potential. Why? Is it because you want to impress people around you, or you want to prove something to someone? To who? People you don't even like or people you don't even know?
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
You are fixed in one location, your wealth is inaccessible unless you want to take on more debt like a top-up refinance to unlock your property equity. Annual or monthly recurring maintenance cost is also going to add up. Now that includes your insurance as well. This will rob you of the freedom that you deserve. You end up being stuck working in a job or doing a business, doing something that you have no passion of, or even you hate it.
Welcome to the new rich. What we care about the most is time, experience.
Have you ever been in love?
I don't think so.
Do you want me to describe it to you?
You see, Elon Musk say he even want to sell all his property, and he's a high-risk guy, and he actually walked the talk. Elon Musk has attained the highest level of enlightenment when he realized that by being not bound to any property or real estate, it means that you can take a disproportionate amount of risk to venture into things that you're obsessed with, explore, try new things that interest you, which ironically, these are the things that could potentially make you bucket loads of money at the same time. I know it's not easy to shake off that temptation to show off to other people, your friends, relatives, with a big mansion or an expensive car to just prove to others that you have made it. But nobody is going to remember what house you stay or what car you drive. But people will always remember the impact you have on the world and the impact you have on them. I believe you have more potential to achieve even more in life, and you are going to throw that away? You'd rather be tied down by high financial commitment right from the start? Your best idea, your best human potential has to be just put aside so you can service a 20-30 years loan? Come on, man, shit. Gary Vee say it even better than me.
You need to pay bills, but you're no longer happy. What do you...
You need to change your bills. Maybe that Lexus that you have, maybe you trade it back in and get a shitty Toyota. You may need to move into a shittier apartment. If you're not happy but you got bills, why don't you look at your bills? You need to go financially backwards so that your happiness goes 3 steps forward. Happiness.
Happiness is key.
No, dude, it's everything.
The ultimate goal is to be a passive dividend millionaire because you pay the least tax, if any, and you are free to do whatever the F that you want without answering to anyone. People's comment and opinion or judgment don't even matter to you because the self-assured you aren't even bothered. In a blink of an eye, 20-30 years will actually pass very fast, and these are the best years of your life gone just like that. You want to have regrets?
Guys, the only thing I'm hedging against is regret. That's what you need to be careful of. Regret's scary. Regret. And that's what most people do. They build a life that leads to regret. Nobody old and about to die talks about what they did. They talk about what they didn't do. This is the time to taste and put yourself in good positions.
So how do you upgrade yourself from a 7-figure sales millionaire, the likes of doctors, lawyers, to the #1 spot, that is the passive dividend millionaire? How about upgrading from a 7-figure salaryman to avoid the pain of having 25% of your salary being taken away by the taxman before you even had the chance to smell it? Subscribe for part 2, and if you cannot wait and would like to explore one-on-one advice, there's a link below in the description to fill in a fact-finding form to answer some basic questions so that you could actually schedule a fact-finding call to answer your burning questions like this. What are the idle or dormant financial potential that you may have in which you are not maximizing? You want to know? Or how much faster can you go with what you already have if you were to optimize that? Or how to build in more certainty in your investment portfolio despite a volatile market? Or the things that you may have overlooked that is holding you back or dragging you down financially? I am CF Liu, independent licensed advisor, and before you dismiss me as another fake guru making investing videos on YouTube, know that I've been engaged by the biggest bank and the biggest fund house in the country to conduct investment workshops for their staff. So judge me against other YouTubers, financial advisors, unit trust agents, or even fake gurus on the internet. And if you are currently in the bottom 2 position of these 5 types of millionaire, the millionaire property owner or the millionaire property investor struggling to sell your property and not getting enough rental income to sustain yourself, there is also a link below where I show you how to better your chances to sell off or liquidate your underperforming property fast in today's overhang and oversupply property market. And when you love my video so much and sincerely want to support me by joining CF Liu channel insider membership from as low as 10 ringgit per month, subscribe for part 2 coming up next. For the time being, YouTube thinks these are the related videos that will keep you occupied. Till then,